Hi, my name is Whitney Owens, and I'm one of the counselors over at Water's Edge Counseling. As this week approaches with the election, there are so many emotions involved in all this, including anxiety. I'm hearing from not only my own clients, but from my friends and from family, fears, concerns. I'm even hearing it on podcasts. So I wanted to take a few minutes to provide you some tips on getting through this week and potentially moving forward, depending on the results for you and your preferences. So I narrowed it down to 3 A's because I find that makes it easier to remember tips when we're moving forward. So the first tip that I want you to do is awareness of the situation. Sometimes when we're in pain or we're confused, we want to push it away. We want to bury it. Unfortunately, a lot of times it actually comes out in ways that we don't expect. Maybe physically we don't feel well, or we have anger that comes out, or anxiety comes out when we snap at somebody. So it's really important that as emotions are growing, that you stop and acknowledge how you feel about situations. It could be about a certain candidate. It could be about your family members and their choices. It could be just about the political decisions that are being made, but it's important that you acknowledge those. If that means you need to cry a little bit, or if that means you need to go outside and punch a punching bag or go on a run, whatever it is that you need to do to release those emotions, that will be super helpful for you. But you also want to acknowledge what the emotion is and not stuff that. So the first tip for the A letter is awareness. Awareness of the situation and awareness of your own thoughts and emotions. The next one that I want you to consider for the letter A is acknowledging your thoughts. Oftentimes when our emotions are really high, we have distorted thoughts about situations. I've even found that sometimes we think doomsday. I think I've heard a few people even use those words, doomsday. And to tell you the honest truth, it might feel that way. And we want to acknowledge our emotions about that, but it's not doomsday tomorrow or the rest of this week, that we will continue to move forward, whatever that looks like. And so I want you to take a moment to acknowledge distorted thoughts that you might have. And a way to know it's a distorted thought is when there's a heightened emotion attached to it. So acknowledge that heightened emotion. I feel extremely angry, or I feel extremely sad, and say, what is it that's making me feel that way? What thought am I having about myself or about the world that's making me feel that way? And then really think through that thought. What is rational here and what is irrational? And if you're having a hard time deciphering that, talk to other people that you trust, maybe a spouse or your own therapist or a really dear friend, saying, hey, these are the emotions I'm having, and these are some of the thoughts I think about our nation or about our president or about our potential president or about the cabinet or about whatever policies it is that you're upset about. And talk through those to find out if you're having rational, irrational thoughts. If you're having irrational thoughts, take that time to acknowledge it. Find information that helps you know what the truth is, if that's looking it up or if it's talking to a trusted colleague about it. But take those distorted thoughts and know that they're irrational, and find rational thoughts to replace those. So the concept of, well, if this person wins, that means our country's not going to make it. Well, that's simply not true. So we know that maybe this person might win that you're not happy about, but we will continue to move on. You will continue to vote, and you will continue to have an opinion on policies. So things will continue. And then the third A here is acceptance. We could spend all day long being angry about the results, and that is not going to be helpful for you or for anyone else. And so moving forward with acceptance of yourself and how you feel about it. And if you feel angry, yes, you can feel angry and have some time to feel angry. But it's not a time that we throw our anger on other people. We accept others. And so if you know someone that maybe voted in a different way than you did, that doesn't mean you have to be angry with them or lose a friendship over it or disown a family member. You want to accept them and love them, because we all have different opinions and we're all going to come from different places, different backgrounds. And so practicing acceptance for yourself and practicing acceptance for others will help you move forward. And then using acceptance based on the results of the election, that it's going to be okay ultimately. And it may not be great, it may not be what you wanted, but learning to practice acceptance in your life will really allow you to move forward. So the 3 A's in helping and dealing with this would be awareness of the situation and how you feel, acknowledgement of your distorted thoughts, and accepting yourself and others no matter what the results. If you still are having a difficult time with your anxiety or you're feeling overwhelmed, please give us a call. We are here for you. We know these are crazy times for many ways, and we want to be able to help support you in that time. So Water's Edge Counseling, 912-319-5552. Thank you for listening to me today.